Hi, 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 hi. Welcome to the live stream on the Energetics of Sales, Part 3. The theme of today is clarity. Hello, Oren. So nice to feel you. Pop in, pop out as you wish. So just take a moment right now and feel your own energetic state. Like right in this moment, we're talking about the energetics of sales. So feel your energetics. What are you feeling in your body? What are you noticing? What are the thoughts in your mind? What are you paying attention to? What's happening as you tune in, as you give attention to yourself, to your own energetics? You guys are healers. You're spiritual leaders. This is your wheelhouse anyway. This is where you live. Hi, Shrikala. So adjust one thing. All right. So this shouldn't feel like a big confusing thing. This is like, this is what you're up to. Okay. The opportunity is to bring that mastery, bring that layer of awareness into your experience of sales. I had a really interesting conversation with a potential client this morning who shared with me that she had done sales in the past. And when she did sales, she was either explicitly asked or thought that she had to lie, manipulate, and steal. And I was like, well, that's revealing. No wonder people come to me with like big confusion around sales. And then I got a text message from a friend of mine, not a client, someone I've known for almost 20 years now. And he was just kind of wishing me blessings. And he was like, may your next conversations about sales and love and the strange challenge of where those two meet be really fun for you. And I was like, so here's someone he's got more consciousness about what I'm doing and more awareness of what this is, but still the perception was these are separate things and you have to figure out how to put them together. And my proposal is that all that is nonsense. Lying is lying. Cheating is cheating. It's got nothing to do with sales or not. You can lie and cheat in relationships. You can lie and cheat in sales. You can lie and cheat in anything that you're doing. Anything that you're doing, it's always an option. You can lie and cheat on tests, right? It's not specific to sales. And similarly, to go the other direction, when you're in sales conversations, you can show up with love, you can show up with judgment, you can show up with anxiety, you can show up with insecurity, it's like the whole gamut is there. The whole range of possibilities is there for you. It's always a choice. Anu, welcome. Kate, welcome. So nice to be with you guys. I'm really, really happy to be with you guys too. So I want you to really feel into this. We're not yet talking about clarity, but I want you to feel this truth that I'm talking about. That this is not, oh, I just moved things around. How did I do that? My bad. Okay. Like that little energetic distraction took me out. So now I'm coming back in. What I love about using sales as a spiritual practice is that it demands that we as spiritual teachers, as spiritual leaders, as healers, as consciousness experts, as transformational coaches, as people who are working with the power of attention, the power of love, the power of spirit, that we are able to use sales to get much more integrated. Because sales has to do with social interaction, it has to do with relationship, and it has to do with you being seen as the master that you are, and then talking about money. And all those things are kind of like, I want to say like the advanced version of energetic mastery. It's one thing if you can be in your energetic mastery when you're meditating, or in your energetic mastery when you are chanting, right? Like doing kirtan, doing spiritual practice. That's not trivial. It's not trivial. And all that stuff creates a foundation on which to build. Thank you, Kate. I feel my clarity in the moment. I appreciate you seeing that. The next level is in the moment-to-moment interactions. Like right now, how are you doing? How are your energetics right now? How's your consciousness right now? How's your heart right now? How's your love right now? Is it on? Is it up? You can feel free to use the comments in the chat to just like claim it. Fundamental principle. Sales has nothing to do, in and of itself, it has nothing to do with good, bad, manipulative, or authentic, nothing. Welcome, Christina. It's an entirely independent activity. Whatever you can do in meditation, you can do in sales. Whatever you can do in sex, you can do in sales. Whatever you can do with your mind at any time, you can do in sales. Okay, that's the foundation that I'm operating with. I welcome your questions about that. Like if that fundamental principle doesn't make sense, I want you to capture the question. Where's the cognitive dissonance that comes up for you? Where do you struggle to believe that or experience that? Capture those questions, put them in the chat, and we'll open up the live in a little bit so you guys can ask those questions in real time if you want. I'm going to move to the next piece, which will actually help this. I'm going to come at it from the other angle. The other angle is your job in a sales conversation has nothing to do with closing the sale, actually. Isn't that kind of a relief? Your job in the sales conversation is to facilitate clarity. People are walking around confused about what they want, confused about what they're allowed to have, confused about which direction to go, which strategy to choose, confused about how to make decisions, whether to make decisions, if they're allowed to make decisions, do they need permission to make decisions? They are walking around seeking clarity. Help them find it. So the clarity in a sales conversation is, for this other person, what do you want? What do you actually care about enough to change? Because otherwise there's nothing for us to talk about. And again, those of you guys that have heard me talk about this before, you know I like talking about vacuum cleaners. So this is true whether you're selling vacuum cleaners or whether you're selling the highest end spiritual transformation, the most personal, deep core work, or the most superficial product. Doesn't matter. What do you want? Why are we talking? Why are we having this interaction? What do you want to change in your life? That's the first piece of clarity. Then you're from that, that's like opening up the clarity of an intersection. There's an intersection that everyone is at when they get to you. I'm waving to people on Instagram. Welcome, welcome. And I'm catching up on the comments there. I just got lost. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So many great people here. Hi, Corey. Hi, Christina. Lots of Christinas, multiple Christinas on different platforms. So good to be here with you. Again, just like grounding. Every time I ground, you can just ground too. Like, where are you right now? Where's your body? Where's your mind? Where's your heart? Bring it all into this moment. Side note, your job is not perfection. You're not going to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. That's a ridiculous concept. I mean, you can go for like spiritual perfection, but that's a mindset. That's not an activity. So when you're in activity, you're not trying to do the activity perfectly. You're trying to do the activity in its highest state, like in its purest state. So when you are in a sales conversation, you are using your energy to facilitate clarity in the other person by asking them questions to help them articulate for themselves what the crossroads that they are at is. What's the crossroads? So what do you want to change in your life? Takes them in one direction. Instagram is such a small window. One direction. Then you help them see what's the other direction. If you don't buy this vacuum cleaner, what happens? Why haven't you bought it in the past? What's gotten in the way? Right? If you're selling coaching, I'm sure most of you are not selling vacuum cleaners. If you don't change this thing, what's happening? Why haven't you changed it in the past? What will happen if you don't change it in the future? And you're not trying to get them to see or do anything about that. You're just trying to help them name and acknowledge the thing that they already know, the thing that they already experience in their bodies but haven't fully acknowledged. Okay? The confusion, the indecision is like blocking it. So you're helping shine a light with the flashlight of your attention. You're helping shine a light on this thing so they can see it, right? Let's look at it a little bit more closely. Welcome, Ev. Nice to see you again. So, welcome, Kieran. Welcome, Felicia. Welcome, Megan. So, clarity is your destination in a sales conversation. For me, this just takes out any of the emotional like weirdness that I felt, or the pressure to get somewhere. It's not my job to get us somewhere. I'm just shining the light. I'm helping you see what you came here to see. Then when you help them do that, it's like, okay, now you're at this crossroads. Which way do you want to go? And for me, at that point, if I know that they have a problem that I can help them solve, it's my job to sell them. It's my job to offer them my program. It's my job to offer them my package. It's my job to offer them my service, my product, that specifically the one that will help them get the result that they have told me matters to them, that they actually care about, whichever fork in the road they want to go. And if they want it, and they want it with me, and they wanted enough to pay for it, it means the money's here and we just move forward. It's not a big, there's probably a lot of emotion for them because they're talking about making a big change in their life, but there's not a big emotional charge for me either way, because I'm just there to facilitate clarity. So come back into your own clarity. This is where your energetic mastery is so important. This is where all the work that you've done on yourself in your spiritual practice is so valuable. Because if you leverage your practice, remember your practice, then you show up clear. Just feel this. Feel my clarity, and then feel your own. And if you're feeling really clear, great, just ride that wave. And if you're not feeling clear, lean into the energetic transmission that I'm holding here. It's very neutral. That's the foundation of your emotional state, of your energetic state when you get into a sales call. That's what's wanted. That you come in with that clear, open channel. You're just there to serve, which is what you guys all fucking want to do anyway. That's like the whole thing you want to do. That's all you care about. You just want to help people. You want to do your thing and make people's lives better. So great. That's all a sales conversation is. Kate, I'm so glad this is clear. I agree. It takes the anxiety out of the conversation because you're not trying to push something. You're not trying to make something happen. You're not going to be able to. You can't control other people, and it's none of your business what other people choose. Other people are free to want what they want, whether you prefer it or not, whether you want the same thing or not. Other people are free to choose what they want, even if you would choose differently. My best friend in the whole world, chooses almost the opposite of everything I choose. I love her. I respect her. It is the best thing I can do for her is celebrate her choices. Whatever she wants to do, great, do that. Who the hell cares what she chooses? It's none of my business. The same thing is true in business. Like when it is actually your business, it's none of your business what they choose until or unless they choose to enroll you in helping them to achieve this new result. Hey, Terrence. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All the people who are meant to work with you are in your field right now. That's absolutely true. They either know you already or they know someone that knows you, for sure. They already know your name. They've already seen your face. They know you already. That's always true. So again, feel the ease of this. And then imagine your next 10 sales conversations coming from this place of like, I'm chilling. I'm not here to work super hard. I'm not here to get you to do anything. Why would I do that anyway? That's like not my place. What am I here to do? What's my job? To help you get clear. How do I do that? First of all, by being clear about what my job is and what it isn't. My job is to show up, frankly, with all my vision, all of my financial goals, all my own personal material kind of tabled. Like welcome back. I let God hold that while I'm in a sales conversation. So that the person that I'm talking to isn't responsible. They don't have to help me meet my goal. Good Lord, I'm there to help them meet their goals, not the other way around. And that opens up this brilliant collaboration with the divine, this beautiful state of surrender. People are loving this. What do you love about it? What's lighting up for you? What's making sense for you? So the surrender, the collaboration. Oh, Rishikesh, welcome. I love the people that are here. When you know that clarity is your job and you're not trying to close the sale, you're not trying to make the financial goal that you have in your mind, it's not that you're not doing that. It's not that you're repressing that or giving that up. You're not. You're just letting God hold it so that you can give your full attention, your full channel to the person in front of you. They're not responsible for doing that. Right? It's not their job. So you let them off the hook. You clarify your role. You clarify their role in your mind. You don't have to say this to them. And yeah, Tamar, clarity is divine. Clarity is the sexiest, most powerful thing. I don't think there's anything better. It's so satisfying. Clarity is so satisfying. It's so relieving. It takes the anxiety out of your field. And when you aren't showing up anxious, it doesn't mean that the other person won't show up anxious. They may, but you just can hold your space for them. Reminds me of Patrick Swayze in Dirty Dancing, right? When he's like, this is my dance space and this is your dance space. Right? It helps you show up in that way so that you can actually dance with God and this person that you're talking to. So a couple layers of clarity that are coming through. So I just want to recap a little bit. The first layer of clarity is your own, about who you are, what matters to you, why you're showing up, what your service is, what your mastery is, your own clarity of consciousness, your own clarity of mind. Your meditation practice will help you with this. All the stuff that you already do, your breath work and your ceremony and all that stuff helps you with that. That's the first layer. It's almost like the prerequisite clarity. Then there's the clarity that you bring to the conversation itself about your role and your job and their role and their job. So that's the second layer of clarity, is just the understanding that you're facilitating clarity. You're not trying to get them anywhere. You're not trying to get them to do what you want. You're not trying to get them to, right? Like something that you're not trying to manipulate them. You're not trying to control them. What a relief. That's fucking hard work and it doesn't feel good to anybody and it doesn't work. So great. Let that go. Yes, Anu, clarity is totally sexy. I think in every context, but for sure in dating, right? When you have, this is actually a nice comparison, because if you think about what it's like to go on a date with someone who's clear about who they are and clear about what they want, such a relief, so attractive, magnetic, powerful, like the ocean, right? If you're on Instagram, you can see Shree's showing you guys our view outside so you can see the ocean. Beautiful foggy day. The ocean is clear. Ocean knows what it is, doing its thing consistently, steadily. Doesn't mean it doesn't change, doesn't mean it doesn't evolve. It's not trying to do anything different than what it is. Very clear energy in water. So be like the water. Okay, be like the ocean, be that powerful, be that clear. So again, your prerequisite clarity of like knowing who you are on this very soul level. Then the second layer of slightly more material clarity of knowing what you're there to do in the sales conversation, knowing what your role is, what your role isn't, knowing what their role is, what their role isn't. Then the final layer of clarity is theirs. And that part you can totally dig for, you can advocate for, you can work for. There's a lot you can do in that space. What is their clarity about this fork in the road? This is the most clear, advanced, sophisticated outline version of this teaching I've ever done. So everybody that's here, congratulations on collaborating with me to draw out this level of clarity, this framework of these 3 layers. So this final layer, this is what I usually talk about. So you guys may have heard me talk about it before. This final layer is like you're at a fork in the road, you person that I'm selling to, you're at a fork in the road. Tell me what this fork is. What do you want? What's it look like? Why do you want it? How does it feel? What's the alternative? This is not a default setting. You've always got choice. That's the power of being human. You've always got choice. So what are you choosing between? And again, you don't have to tell them anything. You just ask questions. You're just there shining the light of your attention. What wants to be seen here? Here's this fork in the road. Here's this fork in the road. Which way you want to go? And then whatever they say, like if someone says to me, Jesse, I want to have a multiple 6 or 7 figure business. Jesse, I know I'm here to make money. I know I can make money and I know I can do it. Like I'm here to go big. I'm here to be seen. I'm here to help a lot of people and I'm here to make a fuck ton of money while I'm doing it. Then immediately I know like, well, okay, I'm listening. Like I can help with that. So let's see, let's learn more about what this fork in the road looks like for you, right? If they choose, if that moment when they can see both directions, they can't make a choice until they see both directions. So that's part of your job is to ask them questions to help them articulate what these 2 directions are. Once they see both directions, if they choose the path of growth and you can help them grow either by selling them one of your programs or referring them to someone who does what they need support with, it's your job to do it. Then you have the opportunity to make a sale, close a sale. Welcome, Nikki. So is this all making sense? Kate, I feel like you can hear me. The ease feels so good. Yes, this morning I tuned into my heart and what's important to me, bigger than me, and then asked God to guide me. It is a dance. Yes. Yes, Queen. Yes. This is really, really good. Really, really good. There was a time when I want to share something, and I also, while I'm sharing this, I'll just invite you guys, if you want to ask a question about this, I'm happy to take questions through the StreamYard. We can bring you on live. Instagram we'll have to hack it, but if you want to get on here and get in real time with me, just text 646-801-0672 with your name, and we'll pop you on here. If you write your question, that's even better. So what am I going to share with you? There was a time when I was questioning, should I be like sharing all of this sales technology on free public platforms? Like this is very powerful technology. Should I be more like, should these are like sacred mysteries. Should I be keeping them private? And I really studied it, and Sri Kala and I talked about it a lot. And it was like, because I was like, this is powerful stuff. Like, I don't want to empower like evil. I don't really believe in evil, but like, I don't want this to fall into unconscious hands. And the more that I looked into it, the more I was just like, this is like meditation. I'm teaching meditation right now. How could that fall into unconscious hands or the wrong hands? Like, we are all unconscious. We all have those unconscious places, of course. This is a tool to awaken. This is a tool to awaken, to serve more, to help more, to get better at serving, to get better at helping, to refine your mastery, to refine your consciousness, to get more powerful. Why would that not be available to everyone? So here it is, available to everyone. Have it, claim it, take it. Your job in sales is to facilitate clarity. That's it. Then whatever they say, yes, I want to do this and I want to do it with you. Fantastic. Here's how that works. Or no, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do it with you, or I don't want to do it right now, or whatever. Great. And celebrate their motherfucking clarity, because that was the goal in the first place. And they did it. Yes. And let me tell you right now, it is hard to say no, especially to like me, or if you are like, you bring your confidence, it's like a lot of energy. So it's really important to celebrate the no. Really amplify it. We're not taught to say no often. We're not taught to celebrate no. Most of the time people experience no as like some kind of chastisement, right? So it's like comes with a lot of baggage for people. So when you are able to celebrate, truly celebrate, not perform celebration, actually celebrate the clarity that your potential, that this person in the conversation that you're selling to comes to, it literally liberates the world. Let me say that again. When you can celebrate the no, it liberates the world. All y'all praying for peace, love, and happiness for all beings everywhere, celebrate the no, right? Like bring that into form. It's a beautiful prayer. Bring it into form. Start celebrating when people say no to you, when people make different choices than you would make, when you ask and they say no, when you say no, right? When someone asks you for something and you're like, that's a no for me. How much love and celebration can you bring to your no, to the no? This is also part of clarity. You can't really facilitate clarity if you're attached to the outcome. This is spiritual basics, right? Bhagavad Gita. You gotta release the fruit of your action. Release your attachment to this particular person saying whatever it is that you hope they'll say. It is none of your business what they'll say. All right. That's it for me, guys. If you have any questions, you have like 1 more minute to let us know that you have questions. If you have questions, but you don't bring them on today, you can join us tomorrow for the open forum, where I will be available for up to an hour to answer any questions that you have on the StreamYard. So not only about clarity and sales, but anything that's coming up in your business, around your money mindset, around increasing your income, integrating spirituality and money, any of those topics. Please, please, please bring them. I'm so honored to give my time in this way. You know, I charge, depending, like $2,000 to $5,000 an hour for my time. So this is, you get a lot of really good nuggets, totally no strings attached. It's not a webinar, it's an open forum. Anyone can come on and ask questions. And we will be, you have to come on to StreamYard to actually ask the question. But we'll just text you the link. So again, the phone number to text to get the link is 646-801-0672. And you just text your name and a question and we'll bring you on live. So please, 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 please bring your questions. Let me help you. Live online tomorrow, noon Pacific, and enjoy your sales. Enjoy your freedom. Enjoy your process of liberation. That is what we are all here for. You guys are doing great. My team just asked me to announce we're going to do another virtual retreat July 10th and 11th. The retreat is called Money, Mindset, and Meditation. And it's extraordinary. It's an extraordinary 2 days. It works incredibly well online. We've done it twice now online, and people leave this retreat and immediately go and turn their annual income into their monthly income, get all kinds of great new clients, new clarity, new results. It's very, very inspiring. I've had people leave this retreat and immediately sell their first $8,000 client, make their first $20,000 month, make their first $30,000 month, make their first $100,000 month. It's a very impactful 2 days, and we will be announcing that shortly. It's just $297 for the next month. Have a little early bird special. So if that feels like a yes to you, of course, we would love to have you there. You guys are amazing. Liz, you're amazing. I'm always happy to encourage you guys. Rock stars. Freaking rock stars. All right, y'all. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I look forward to hearing your questions. I look forward to hearing more about how your sacred no manifests. Erica, great, great insight. Kate, beautiful, beautiful sharing. Thank you guys so much for being here. Rock stars.